Tommy face.
It's very animated. It's a very animated face.
I'm glad neither of us closed our eyes.
Welcome to Cleveland, America. That is all. Enjoy the show.
Then you know.
Jack off in the pool time.
If Bill's trunks are on the side of the pool and Bill's like in the corner facing the jet, making weird noises. They're like, oh, Bill saw
Jack
that pool.
off in the pool.
Don't do it again.
Welcome to Cleveland, America.
It's not serious.
But we're very serious people. No,
It's not a serious place. Why do I always want to say the wrong thing? I just want to say anything but it's not a serious place.
That's your
but it's such a good line.
Yeah, you can say whatever I don't even have like an opening thing. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Good point. We can do whatever the fuck we want, guys.
Yeah, we can, and we do, and that's why the show's so inconsistent.
There is no through line on this thing. I'll tell you that much right now.
But I did like the breakup. I was re-listening to the breakup segment from last week as I was editing. Fucking hilarious. We're great.
Refresh my memory.
We're just like the most devastating places to break up with people.
Oh,
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Show is. I see a SummerSlam chair.
Oh, someone left that here. Yeah, so SummerSlam, I guess we'll open with that. Like, SummerSlam happened last night.
Yeah.
It might be somebody's.
Give me a SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll hold it.
So, like, I've been to my fair share of wrestling shows and, like, WWE pay-per-views. So, here, I'll just grab the props so people can understand.
Grab it.
Hit Tommy with it.
Knock me the fuck out.
Now, this property.
Whose face can I sit on?
I mean,
Okay.
This is now property of only six. This is Solo Sikoa.
Okay.
I believe this is Tama Tonga. This is Jacob Fatu. And I don't know who that is. I think it might be Jimmy Uso. I don't think it is. And this thing.
Why is it wet?
leaking.
Why is it leaking?
So wet.
Why is this leaking? Oh, it's been sitting under the water.
What is happening?
Well, that's cool.
Why the chairs
All right.
What's the slur from Samoa?
What is it?
I don't think Polynesians. The thing about Samoans is there's literally, quite literally, even the weakest Samoan could probably beat the shit out of anybody.
There ain't no
slur for
spam boy or whatever. Like they like spamming.
They like spam?
The thing is, like, there's such a small. They constitute such a small population globally speaking.
Yeah.
That
we never got around to being properly racist to them.
They're such an athletically gifted people. Like there was an article. The total Polynesian Samoan population, I believe, on the planet, you could fit inside of Cincinnati Bengals Stadium.
Oh wow!
Yet they constitute, I think, at the time, like 28% of the NFL rosters was made up of like Samoans. I'm getting a number that.
But it's still
it's a massive
fact that
slot.
it's such a high percentage with it being such a low population is crazy.
Yeah, and so
my best friend growing up was Hawaiian, and then I knew a lot of Samoans and Tongans and stuff like that from when I was Mormon in the Philippines. There's a lot of missionaries that were Samoan and Tongan, and they were the fucking best.
Really?
Not only are they all talk, they'll fucking sing like angels.
Oh.
Very beautiful. It's a very beautiful and tough and terrifying people. Samoans.
But also,
shout to Samoan
but
Rob.
at the same time, like sensitive and caring too. Like I fucking love those guys.
It's. I'm not going to pretend like I know a bunch. I know literally one Samoan guy who was in my wedding. But
we'll think of a slur for them because they're right a little high right now. So we got to bring.
I'm gonna stop short of
pineapple eaters.
No, there's
nothing you can really say
because like Samoans, even like heavily built Samoan men, that they just it looks better on them than if you see like a white guy built heavy like that.
Oh yeah.
There's something. I'm gonna stop objectifying Polynesians before they show up at my bar and beat the fuck out of me. So, anyways,
even when you're fat, you're pretty.
No, they're very beautiful people, man. Yeah, it sucks being white.
Yeah,
it does.
Aside from everything else about it, it sucks being white.
Physically, it sucks being white.
Sunburns.
Culturally, unfortunately.
So, anyways, about the chair. So, if you sit on the floor for a pay-per-view event or near the ring, you basically sit on one of those branded custom folding chairs, and they're all zip tied together. So at the end of every event, what you'll see happen is a bunch of wrestling fans will descend from like the cheaper seats to sort of hover, because what happens is security comes around and they snip the zip ties. You get to keep the chair.
Yeah.
It's like a collectible item.
And if people don't get them, people don't take their chair, they're like...
Yeah, like there's just people not sitting there, and then it's a mad dash to grab them. So like me just seeing an empty chair unoccupied, I grabbed 2 chairs and I'm walking out, which was a fucking disaster, by the way.
I saw that picture.
Because there was literally 60,000 people leaving at once. But it's to be expected. So some dude comes up to me, he goes, "Hey man, can I buy one of those off you?" And then I was like, I just assumed he was like a weird collector flipper guy, so I said no. And then I look, he's like with a little kid, and I go, "Is it for him?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Oh, well, then here." And I just gave it to him.
Aww,
I gave it to the kid because I still didn't trust it, where I'm like, maybe...
As if the parent wouldn't take it from the
kid. Autograph collectors, honestly, can be pretty sinister people.
Oh, they
can be pretty fucked up.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was just thinking about this. I worked with Tom Wilson once at the Cincinnati Funny Bone, and he played Biff in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But he does stand-up, and he was doing like... He toured pretty heavily through like the early 2000s. So after a show once, he's signing autographs, and this guy comes up to him, and he's just got note cards. And Biff, he became Biff in that moment, because he was so nice the rest of the weekend. But in that moment where he didn't want to do like the signing stuff, he goes, "I'm not signing any of that stuff. You weren't at the show. You're not here for the right reason. Get out of here." Yeah. And the guy just like slinked away, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Not only did I get to meet Tom Wilson, who played Biff, I got to meet Biff.
Yeah,
why don't you take like a tree and get out?
Yeah. Like the way he can just like turn on that, like. Because again, he was so nice the rest of the weekend, and like such like a
those guys, because those people aren't fans.
Yeah,
right.
And like professional like comedians, musicians, entertainers can pick out an autograph.
Oh, and especially somebody that's like been in such an iconic movie and has been probably dealing with a guy like that at that point for 20 years. He's like, "Bro, I ain't doing."
And here's the other thing: like most fans don't want autographs; they want a picture. In 2024, they want a picture of the guy. So to just be like a grown man asking for an autograph, it's weird. Now all that is to say, like, the dude probably was just a dad trying to get his kid a souvenir, and I was happy to oblige. So then
I will say I did get an autograph from David Njoku on a David Njoku jersey, but I really wanted him to put his dick in ink and then stamp it on there, and he wouldn't do it.
Oh, that's
I didn't
weird.
ask him.
Did you have a big enough sheet of paper? Did you have a big enough sheet of paper? It might not have been big enough.
No, I would have wanted to do it on the jersey.
Oh.
After that fast lane, we got, because I was on, I think it was like second row, we got chairs too, and we ended up selling ours because we were like...
Yeah, I mean, if you do it like the night of the event, they go for sometimes like $200.
I think I texted Brandon, he's busy right now, he's at like a Ren fair, but I feel like that's kind of roughly around how much we sold ours for.
Yeah, I mean, and then
like
my horny brain kicked in where I'm like, I go, "Oh, I have 1 chair left. I already have 2 of these things at home." I go, "Let me find a hot single mom with a kid. Let me really get in there." But it's a WWE event.
I mean, you can use it as a cup chair. That's your cup chair.
If there was,
I mean,
please put that in.
That's a perfect cup.
I was like, everyone I was with, like, we had a group of like 14 people that sat together. We somehow all got seated together, and I go, as soon as I saw where we were sitting, I go, "I don't know where y'all are going after this. I'm going straight to Hustler Club to get a lap dance on this chair." Which, that's sad, because that's not the first time I would have ever done that.
You probably weren't the first one that night either, right?
No, I think I was.
Really?
I'd like to think I was. I would hope I was, because that'd be real fucking sad. So then after that, like, and then by the way, when I got the lap dance, literally at this point, I think it's like 7 years ago, it was not awesome. Because there's nowhere to maneuver, because you're on
a fucking...
I was like fatter, and I was like, I mean, I just was out of my mind, drunk and stuff. So then and then like, so some other people in my group just started, we were like walking back to the limo, and someone else just saw a dad with a kid, and she gave the dad a chair, and they were standing next to another separate dad and kid, and I don't think they saw, but I was just like, I walked up to the guy, I go, "Here you go." I go, "It's too heavy for me to carry," and I gave it to him. He was like,
Yeah.
It's better than it's sitting. Also, I don't need 3 branded
Yeah, no, for sure.
in my bachelor pad.
No.
So yeah, that show was fucking spectacular. Like,
No, it was cool. It's cool to see like Cleveland was bumping
On
yesterday.
it, yeah.
So here's how crazy things were yesterday in Cleveland. There was a sold out Guardians game. There was SummerSlam, and at Rock Mortgage Fieldhouse was Martin Lawrence.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Damn.
at
That's
the Agora, the Undertaker did a show.
Yeah, and he did a show at the Undertaker. Yeah.
I didn't even
He did it, like,
know Martin was
early.
in town.
He did it early to like accommodate the.
I was about to say he
people.
was
that's smart.
probably trying not.
Yeah,
to
he
compete
did it.
with
I
that.
think it was like a noon show or something.
Yeah, Cleveland really fucking put the best foot forward.
No, it was great. And then I did Imposters Theater, my last Bill Squire Summer Lovin', but we're gonna keep going with the residency there, and it's just moving to Fridays at 9:30, starting September 6th. But last night was a fucking great show. It was so.
I saw
fun.
that it almost
Dude,
sold out.
It was close. Yeah, it was. And we had a good crowd in there, and even like with like 30 people in there, that's such a small room. It feels great.
30 people probably looks good in there.
It
I've never been.
Yeah, it's and Deshaun France. Let me tell you about this.
He's so fucking funny, man.
He's so fucking funny.
So funny.
And like
I think he's
he-
one of my favorites.
he's so funny, and like he just goes up and says like the most fucked up off the wall shit, and like Imposters is kind of like a progressive space, and so like you don't
Yeah.
get as much of that kind of stuff there, but the way he's able to do it, like tongue firmly planted in cheek, like it sells and they buy it, and it's awesome to see. So like it's cool to see him get better and better, and like get
How long has
more
he been doing
confident. He's been doing it like 3 or 4 years, but like he's really been like stepping on the gas in the past year, and so it's because like pandemic and stuff kind of messed everyone up.
everyone.
Sure.
And also he doesn't have a girlfriend anymore, and that also changes a lot for a lot of people. And like,
Relationship.
In their like performing?
yes,
Or really?
like
Because of
women
the
holds men back so much in comedy.
Straight up, if I had a girlfriend, I would not be doing mics. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Are you serious?
Dude, being single and being like middle-aged and single is like a cheat code for comedy. And I'm not saying I'm great at what I do, but the words fly out of my brain, not on the paper.
Yeah, but like, does your girlfriend impact you? Do you think?
No, but
like,
I also said like a very
Your
strict
boundaries in the
precedent. I'm
beginning.
like, hey,
well, after
you are, and like this is why I have had so many different girlfriends and an ex-wife and stuff like that. Is like, comedy's gonna come first, and you're gonna be mad about it.
Yeah, and it.
So
yeah,
like, just be aware.
She seems very accommodating to
Well,
I feel like
Tara is
yeah,
because she gets it.
she gets it's a fucking joke. It's comedy. It's your job.
It's my job. It's how I
Entertainment.
do everything, and it's honestly the most important thing to me.
Yeah,
So like, I can't lie about that. Like, you're going to come in second to that.
I don't
and a
understand
lot of people
anyone.
don't like that.
If you set the precedent up front and you have the talk like,
Yeah.
hey, these
Yeah.
are my values and this are the priorities here, then it is what it is.
And like,
Yeah.
you can try and do it again and again and again, and they just, and that's not every reason I've had a breakup, but it's definitely plays a part in it. So
I keep feeling like my spit is on your horn. Sorry.
Spit
It's
on
not.
your board.
the Misfit song.
Oh, I was sitting in the same section as the Hawk Tua girl.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's like, dude, the stars were out last night for sure. Not to completely step on your story.
Were Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in town for it?
I don't
I
think
swear I
maybe.
saw them.
Could have been. I mean,
could have been just a meme. or
MGK
something,
was
but-
there.
Yeah.
My buddy Matt Cross, who's an independent wrestler, was like sitting in our section with
Yeah.
Gregory Iron. I'm sure there was more celebrities than what I'm thinking of right
Dude,
now.
shout out to Brian Dalton, who on
Yeah.
Friday night at SmackDown got to be a Cleveland dignitary.
rules.
Dude,
That
was
rocked so
fucking,
hard.
Like Logan Paul, like he's not.
Fuck that
but
guy as a person, but he's really good.
He's good at what he does,
really
and
good.
that was fucking hilarious
Yeah.
to be like these esteemed Cleveland dignitaries.
And then, yeah,
like a Cleveland dignitary is like one of the funniest. Like those two words together is so good.
I know the gag of the whole bit, the segment was because Logan's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He was being booed, so he just found 3 random people and
Yeah.
called them dignitaries. So the host and the GM was like, I've never heard of any of these people,
Yeah.
Logan. So it's like Ryan not only got to be in the ring, but he got to be in the ring as basically essentially a nobody.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And he was.
He probably
I watched
loved
the
it.
segment, like he picked his spots to sort of get in there where he
to like
could.
mug and stuff.
Because he didn't have any lines, but he like Logan kept referring to his. It was also like ironically enough, my old boss and friend Ken Bray was the black guy.
Oh really? That's
yes,
funny.
I know 2 of the 3 of the dignitaries.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like a woman and a guy, and it was Ryan. And then that was
a
like,
guy and Ryan.
a woman and a guy and Ryan.
New Jet.
But dude, it has been, you know, not to sound like I work for the Tourism Bureau, it's been a fucking great weekend for the city.
Yeah.
And the weather
I
held
love
out. And,
Yeah, the weather was great.
You went to Sim Show too, or?
Yep. The weather held out for Sim, my trusty manager, Sim, his band, The
I
Rumble.
wanted to go to that, but I had to do High and Dry.
There was a million things going on. So they played outside of the Rock Hall, and Sim is a fucking great musician.
Yeah.
Great songwriter, great performer. Went off. I feel like I'm talking like Donald Trump right now. Wonderful drummer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when plays guitar better than Sim.
I said before he sang, I said I don't think if anyone's ever sang before he, and then he said. So that Thursday night was like
He writes these songs, they're good songs, everyone loves the songs. I hear the song, you're like, I love this song.
This is also
That
why
song.
this is also why I can't have a girlfriend, because I literally went from Sims thing at the Rock Hall to AIW had a show at the Masonic Temple Live.
Yeah.
And then we had an after party for them here at Old 86.
Ooh, you've been having a week, buddy.
Yeah, dude. And then Friday night, in keeping with my wrestling weekend, I had to go watch more wrestling
Hell
at
yeah.
Christie's Cabaret to watch Jello wrestling, which was as stupid as you could.
So of
imagine
all the
something
How was
wrestling you
that?
saw, what was your favorite show?
was not the Jello wrestling.
What?
It was because
Those are so
immediately
fun.
I made it
weren't-
about myself. I felt like I was in the movie Animal House.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
You're not really involved in that.
I think
no, I wasn't wrestling, but it's like you like just circle around and like what's an above ground pool filled with this much fucking gelatin,
Yeah.
and then it's strippers wrestling, and then it's like after like the first match or two, you're like, I don't feel
Got
great
it.
about myself. And I was like, look, sex work is work. No one supports strippers more than me, but there just was something about it. I just go, yeah, dude, I don't.
What's the like? How do they win a like Jello wrestling matches?
So this was
whoever like gets the other one to eat some Jello and like, ha, you ate calories today.
So I didn't realize there was actual rules to this thing. So they wore basically like flag football flags around their waists.
Yeah.
So they started on their knees because no one wanted to get a concussion and die. And
That's why.
so they start, and you basically are trying to get the other girl's flag, which was
Okay.
conveniently placed behind her ass, and then
Yeah.
they did a lot of like scissoring and a lot of stuff. But then the first match wasn't great. The second match, some chick got in there, and she was wild. Like
Yeah.
she was
put on a show.
she put on a
She was
show,
a showman. That's
and then afterwards she like took off like she had like a weird bikini thing, but it was somehow big. So she took it off, and then she started like wailing it like a helicopter, but it was covered in Jello. So everyone around the pool was like getting pelted with Jello.
Getting Gallagher.
I go, yeah. I was like, this is what I get. This is what I get. So did that. I mean, that's something I could say that I did.
That's great.
And shouts to the
Good weekend.
girls of Christie's for giving it their all.
I had a much different weekend hanging out with my girlfriend, and she brought her daughter and niece over, and so like very wholesome weekend for me.
No
Went to
Jell-O.
a kava bar. I tried kava. Have you ever had kava, like a kava drink?
I don't even know what that is.
So it's like,
Oh yes, I do know what that is. Sorry, go
so
on.
it was interesting. It's like a stimulant and like makes you feel really good, and like
Oh, really?
it's like,
I don't know.
or like but like
Is it
relaxed
tea?
too. Yeah, it's like a tea.
Okay.
Very earthy taste, which means taste not great.
Not good.
But that's why they're like, just chug it, because that's the best way to get the effects. But it is also like an anesthetic, and so like when you drink it, like you get like numb mouth.
Oh.
And,
Where was this?
it's called Sacred Moon or something in Lakewood. It's
Are you sure?
Oh, is it a small little spot?
yeah, it's like over like on
think
Detroit.
Are you sure you weren't just on an ayahuasca retreat?
I wish that would have been way stronger. But did that, and then she went back the next day because she doesn't drink, so she's like trying to find something, and like it was fine. Like I would do it again for sure. It's like the bar is, or like it's like a good coffee shop bar vibes, like real chill in there, but really had a good time. And then she went back and she got kratom, which is like this whole other thing.
Mhm.
And drank it, and she's like, I feel great. I feel really good. And then we're driving to the Imposters, and we're on the shoreway, and she goes, babe. I look over, and her face is bright red, and she's just got her hand over her mouth. I'm like, do you need me to pull over? And she's like, oh. And she just like, and she's like, she said it was similar to when we took like Molly, like that feeling,
okay.
where it's like, you just got to get it out. And then she's like, I felt fine.
Yeah.
But like in that moment, it had to go.
Yeah.
What did you try any kratom?
I didn't try any kratom. I wasn't with her for that.
I tried it for a while when I was like really depressed a few years ago. It did nothing for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't make me sick. Didn't make me feel any different. I just felt like I was eating grass clippings and water.
Yeah, she said she enjoyed it and like we'll do it again. She just has to figure out the right concoction so she doesn't get pukey.
I wonder if the motion had part to do with it too.
Yeah, the way I dress.
You guys both get motion sickness. You got a motion sickness couple.
I get motion.
I only get it bad on boats. Like I'm not.
That's to be understood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a boat.
But she's also just. I mean, hot girl tummy problems. Like every hot girl's got tummy trouble. So. Probably just most girls anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
even if you're ugly.
And I got my new. Oh, I'm so happy about the joke that I posted. And it's like it's literally by the time this is out, not going to matter anymore because of the way the news cycle goes. But it's the joke about the boxer. And
I don't know if I saw that one yet.
Oh, pull it up right now. I want to see a live reaction. I was so excited about it. I posted at like 1 a.m. I was like,
this is like your most recent post?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah. Turn it up. Make it loud.
Hold on a second here. Wow, my search bar is wild.
I was gonna say we should all compare explore pages.
So.
Oh, that's like a game.
You okay? Here we go.
Mine's boring right now though. Oh.
Yeah. Have I been hearing dumb opinions about things that happen in the Olympics? If you didn't hear about the story, there's a boxer, and there's a lot of stuff. I don't have anything to say about. One of the boxers quit because she said she's never been hit in the face that hard. She's Italian. Yes, she has. Name the shirt after your reason.
That's like funny.
That makes me
like my girlfriend's like, what shirt? And I was like,
what? How old is she?
37? Yeah, I was like, wife beater. And she's like, oh. She's like, I didn't think of that as an Italian thing. I'm like, well, I'll make sure I make it clear for everyone.
As the Italians say.
Thank you. Yeah.
To me, if I'm imagining a wife beater is an Italian,
I called it a wife beater once, and someone checked me on it. And I go, "I'm sorry, partner beater." Like, like I'm like, there's no. It's never been called. It's like when people insist on calling a homeless person unhoused. I go, "I'm sorry. Does that make them any less homeless to call them that?"
Well, I will.
I don't know that compares well.
It doesn't make a wife any less beaten.
No.
Hold on, you want partner beater?
No, I just mean wife beater. It could be wife.
It's not like anyone wants another slang name for it because before it was a wife beater, it was also slang names for the undershirt at this time included guinea tea and dago tea.
That sounds way worse. That's way worse. You're talking about
okay, sir.
WAP tea would make it worse.
Wet ass pussy tea. Hell yeah.
No, there's a dago WAP.
I know.
What?
I'm
not okay.
I'm
not only am I trying to defend the wife beating autonomy, I'm now mansplaining what WAP is.
I mean, I'm very
in her face. Then
okay, no, really, okay. Now you know I grew up on the east side where like guinea tea is not worse than wife beater. However, you wouldn't I'm just saying no dude or no chick ever put a wife beater on and then immediately started clubbing a woman.
Right, it's the person.
It's not a cursed object.
It's not the wife beater that's beating the woman. It's the Italian.
It's not the person. It's like separating the art.
Yeah.
The art from artist. Separating the Italian from the Italy. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I'm really proud of that joke.
Partner beater better be the fucking title of this episode.
Partner.
That'll get some views.
Yeah. We did have an idea that was the reboots. Let's do some reboots.
Oh, so Because rarely do I ever have any actual ideas for discussion for the show, but you know how everyone hates Hollywood reboots, no matter what they are, no matter what movie they reboot. So I thought, it would be interesting to think about movies you actually would welcome seeing a remake or a reboot of.
All right, my first one is Passion of the Christ, but make Jesus black.
Damn.
You want to talk
Is it Robert
about
Downey Jr.?
Yes.
Hell yes.
black? Now I want to see this. I mean, I want to see it anyways. But you want to talk about a movie that would
Like make him the right race. Like
it would make $1 billion opening weekend.
Yeah, like make him look the way he's supposed to look.
like historically accurate.
Yeah,
Jesus.
historical
Brown Jesus.
Brown Jesus. Yeah.
You could have Jason Momoa
Criticized.
on the final episode of Cleveland, America. You could have Jason Momoa play him with like tattoos. Like don't paint over his tattoos. Just let him the tattoos like rip. Yeah, that would be great.
Damn, that's a good one.
Or you could just do a sequel and call it Easter. But I'm pumped. That's a hackiest fucking
Easter.
Mine?
Thomas?
I don't know if you guys are gonna know this movie. Milo and Otis.
Yeah. Oh
Man,
man.
that's a classic.
Okay,
You know-
I didn't know.
okay,
It,
all
it
right.
just seems weird. I would totally fucking watch a Milo and Otis reboot.
How much do you know about Milo and Otis? Because I know too much about.
Oh no, wait, sad news?
So Milo and Otis.
No! No!
It was a wild episode.
Oh no!
Milo and Otis was originally it's a movie that was filmed in Japan and then redubbed
Oh,
for
okay.
English.
Yeah. Oh no.
But in Japan, when this was made, they didn't have real strict animal cruelty laws when it came to different scenes. So like there'd be scenes like when they were stuck, like I think there's a scene and they'd just be like, cat gets stuck in the well and they couldn't get the cat to do a thing, and so then like the cat would not be okay and they'd be like, new cat.
So there's like 4 different Otises in the making of this movie.
There's a lot of different dogs and cats to make that movie.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Sorry, Thomas.
I fucking hate this episode.
I thought you were gonna say Milo and Otis are no longer alive. They passed away since the movie was made.
No, they passed away during the making.
Japanese Asian Milo and Otis.
Who
Milo
would
1,
narrate
2,
it,
and
though?
3, and 4. What's that?
Who would narrate it though?
A reboot of it?
Yeah,
Who did it the first
Bradley
time?
Cooper.
I'm not sure. Bradley.
I think I'm just off the top of my head, Bradley Cooper. I feel like he gets a lot of voice work. Seth Rogen would be good.
I was just talking about Milo and Otis with a couple friends. One day later, I get a message from Dave Flint saying, "This is weird. Do you remember the movie Milo and Otis? Like, is this like a fever dream?" I'm not kidding. It was literally within 24 hours.
And he wasn't who you were talking to about Milo and Otis.
No. I was talking. I think it was Ryan, Brandon, and Tyler. when we went
Dudley
to
Moore was the
Guardians game.
original.
I don't know who that is.
Dudley Moore. He played Arthur and
He played like there was a film franchise that just basically had a British millionaire that just was an alcoholic, and that was the movie.
But I don't want it to be a pug.
I agree.
No pug.
So Milo was the dog and Otis was the cat.
Yes,
I don't
think
remember.
so. Milo. Wait, hold on. No, Otis was
You
the
would
dog,
have to
right?
have what you would have when you'd have CGI dog and cat, and they would be voiced. They'd probably give the voices to.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Otis.
that could be fun.
So Otis would play. I would cast
Milo's the cat, by the way.
Milo's cat.
Yeah.
Milo would be voiced by Ken Jeong from Hangover. But Did You Die?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then Milo, I think should be Seth Rogen, or Otis should be Seth Rogen.
Oh my God. Okay.
Fat voice, skinny voice. Seth Rogen's not fat anymore, but
he still
his
counts.
voice is fat.
He has fat guy voice.
So upon looking this up, it is just a myth. So none of these.
Oh my God! Thank God.
It is a myth, but like there's
Weird.
like,
I didn't
if you
like
watch the movie, you'll be like, oh man, there's a lot of
that
things.
movie as a kid, that movie, I loved it, but I
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah,
Same with
it's-
like fucking Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie, so sad.
Homeward Bound was a tough one too, and
Yeah.
that was Michael J. Fox did the voice.
Oh
of that.
really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I feel like Bill
Beethoven too.
I feel like
Sad.
Bill just pulled the equivalent of like just telling you like when your parents have to go put your dog down.
Yeah, like oh, just
Yeah.
They go,
farm.
we took him to a farm.
That literally
I feel like
happened,
that's what
guys.
Bill just pulled on you. I
I
still
did my
think those cats and dogs died.
I mean, they did not.
Yeah.
They probably
I just said it's unknown. It's unknown. Yeah. So we'll
Any
leave it at
movie
that.
that involved meadows and a cat and a dog when I was a kid, I kind of just didn't. I passed on. I didn't watch it.
I was a sensitive little kid.
I haven't caught up. I have yet to catch up with the Air Bud franchise. Any of them?
I've yet to catch up.
I should just
Should we
get we should get high as
Air
shit and
Bud?
watch Air Bud.
Marathon.
Yes,
So
guys.
High as fucking watch Air Bud.
Yes.
Like as far as like the animal cruelty that may or may not have happened in Milo and Otis, it was the same thing with the Little Rascals in the like 30s and
yes.
40s when they're making those, and they're just like using.
Buckwheat got the shit kicked out of him.
My uncle has those on VHS, like
They're
before
awesome.
they were
Yeah.
because who
Yeah.
was it that like bought the rights? Was it
I think
Bill Cosby?
I
I think Bill Cosby at one point like made it so like people couldn't
see
buy
it,
them.
yeah,
Like
because
but
they were so
they were so
racist.
fucked up. Yeah.
No one's gonna ever know I'm raping all these women if I put to rest.
Yeah, I'll take away that episode where they said they saw a monkey face spooka.
Ah.
I hate it.
Now it was an actual monkey, so it was.
At least an
Yeah.
animal.
So, but the joke was that they thought there was a black person, and then it turned out to be.
You just were allowed to be like a terrible person before the year 2001.
But it was
Black
also
people.
like at that time it was looked at as progressive
How do you fucking know?
because there was black kids interacting with white kids, and that was.
They're like, this is good enough. They're in the same
Right.
room.
Right.
There you go.
They're friends.
Fuck off.
They're buddies. Like they're having.
You go, well, look at the N-word over there with the white kid. It's fine.
Yeah,
We're growing.
it's
That's
baby
kinda
steps. It's baby steps.
That was,
What's your remake?
so I have two.
Oh, you got two. Okay.
So the first one I think is kind of obvious is I would like to see the movie Spawn made
Good.
in 2024, 25. And I think they've been working on it half-assedly for years. But
Yeah.
the original just was made well before the technology was good enough to make that look
Right.
not terrible.
Yeah.
And also so much interference and like trying to change the original like, and I didn't hate the original Spawn. It wasn't the comic.
No, because number one, the character
John
Spawn,
Leguizamo was fucking killer in it.
yeah, but the visuals just were so fucking bad.
Oh,
because
yeah.
what they were trying to pull off was
Yeah.
technically impossible. I think when it came out in 99.
I don't even think
98?
I think it was probably 97.
At any rate, I think just given how much comic book movies are just here now,
Yeah.
that wouldn't make sense. But the other one,
That's a good one. I like that.
closer to a hot take than anything,
97.
is a reboot of Event Horizon, which
I
in
never
my
saw that.
opinion is the most terrifying movie.
What is? I don't even
most-
know what it's about.
So underrated.
Did you just gasp at me?
I'm surprised
Dude,
you've
it
never
is-
seen Event Horizon.
If
No.
you like horror movies,
Yeah,
that
I've
will
never
fucking you will not sleep for a couple
It doesn't
nights.
sound like a horror movie.
It's
so
not. Well, no, it presents as a sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
So
okay.
basically,
It's horror.
they go to like there's a missing ship that enters this weird black hole / void called the Event Horizon.
Okay.
So Lawrence Fishburne plays the captain of this ship that's tasked with going to find the ship, and they find it, and the ship has entered this portal to hell.
Oh shit.
So this and this came out in 95, 94. And even given the effects are very much of that time, it's fucking terrifying because scientifically speaking, it probably could really happen.
Yeah.
And then just like it's kind of like any great horror movie, it just the possibilities it presents in your mind of what actually could happen
Yeah.
is fucking terrifying.
I haven't seen it since it came out, but it was one like where I had to like kind of like go like I didn't see that.
So like,
it's great.
did you see Danny Boyle's Sunshine?
Mm-mm.
I felt like that was kind of an artier version of Event Horizon, but
Well, we should do an
I'll
Event
put-
Horizon.
Event Horizon was fucking
down.
chill
I'm down.
your shit. I watched it not too long ago, and I was still like, yeah, this is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Sam Neill's in it.
Yeah.
It's like a
I like
very
that.
90s cast, yeah. But it, I think
Not movies made in the 90s usually are.
you know,
Honestly, they could make it with the same people, and it wouldn't even matter.
Lawrence Fishburne's still
Sam
fucking
Neill's
great.
still fucking great.
Yeah, I just think, given how horror's kind of in the middle of another sort of whatever you want to call it, that would be cool to see. There's like
Yeah.
a lot of good independent horror directors right now. I would like to see it. Maybe like a sequel if that's possible. So I don't know. I was thinking about Event
Pick it up.
Horizon, but yeah,
Whoever's watching, pick it up.
pick it up. All these Hollywood insiders that watch this podcast, someone call us.
I got another one, and honestly, I love this original.
Also, I'm sorry, not to cut you up. I don't really know why I wanted a movie that I kind of felt was a 10 to be rebooted and remade, but whatever. Anyways,
I think you just wanted to tell people that watch that movie.
the movie's fucking awesome. All right, so
Well, I wanted The Crow to be rebooted, and now I'm sad that The Crow is getting rebooted. So
you haven't even
they keep
seen it
pushing
yet
that back, right?
because I think that's not.
people are
good.
not, dude. It does not look good. At
I think
all.
they just know it's not.
And I love him too.
Yeah, no.
Like he's a great actor. It's just not.
It just doesn't look.
I don't need fucking Joker
Yeah,
Crow.
everybody needs the.
No one needs the Antwerp
Yeah.
Crow.
Well, okay, The Rocketeer.
Oh,
I don't know that either.
You don't know that
Guys,
one?
I'm so bad.
That's a
at
very fun
anything.
movie.
It's
Yeah.
a very fun movie.
the style and design of that movie is very cool.
It's a like takes place, I think just before World War II, or like before America
like
was
30s.
involved. Yeah, like 30s, like 39, 30.
It's very Art
something like that.
Deco-y.
Very Art Deco-y. Very like I love the old nightclubs and like the nightclub scenes in movies where like there's just it's like you're walking through the nightclub and it's not like nightclubs now are all dark and shit, and like those were like big, like people are having dinner and there's dancing and there's
It
so
was
much
the roaring 20s Great Gatsby vibes.
Gatsby kind of vibes.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
That was before cocaine was invented. So,
We could do a
was that a
holiday.
Disney movie? Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
well,
that's okay.
Yeah.
Disney?
yeah, it's like
How the
Disney-
fuck have they not remade it
I
yet,
know,
though?
right? It's a Disney movie from like the early '90s. A young Jennifer
Connelly.
Connelly.
Who still looks the same age
Yeah.
30
Really?
years later.
That's
oh my
crazy.
god, yeah.
Timothy Dalton plays the bad guy. It's a fucking fantastic movie.
That suit really, it's like the captain, it's like the first Captain America to me feels real influenced by the Rocketeer.
Yeah, I would agree.
And that's not a bad
I
thing.
think it might be the same director.
Who?
Joe Johnson?
Yeah, Joe Johnston. I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I
that
mean-
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It just has like that very just old Hollywood-y,
Yeah.
Art Deco-y, big
Yeah.
feel to it. So the fact that
Yep.
Disney has made it,
Same director, Joe
Yeah.
Johnston. So that makes
Very-
all. Yeah.
yeah, that makes all the sense in the world when you really watch. 'Cause, but that suit, and also, as with Captain America: The First Avenger, the Rocketeer's suit is like cool enough, and his helmet is cool enough that like it carries so much of that movie.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, okay, yeah, no, dude, no.
yeah. Like anytime he's in, and then like the guy that plays him is good. Like
Just like a classically
yeah, it's
Hollywood.
Alan Arkin. Billy Campbell's the guy that plays who you don't remember. But like, there's
That's a good one, Bill. That's a really good pick.
yeah, that's a good one. Did you guys watch Lost?
I didn't.
Okay.
I know how, I mean,
Okay. So do you remember Quinn from Lost?
Quinn.
He's like the bald guy.
Why am I drawing a blank on Quinn?
He's like the white bald guy that's like
Oh, John Locke.
oh, his last name's Terry O'Quinn. Sorry.
Yeah, that's John Locke.
John Locke.
Yeah.
He played Howard Hughes in The Rocketeer.
Yes. Yeah.
and
Okay.
he was great.
Yeah.
Like the casting's great.
He
like,
has that guy has a very John Howard Hughes.
yeah.
1930s face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of pencil.
And he had hair
mustaches in that
still.
movie.
Like, yeah, it was good. It was
Terry O'Quinn was also in Old School,
oh, nice.
which I don't know why anyone needs to know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what they should do just to make people mad? Reboot Animal House, but make it woke. Just to watch.
There's a
people,
funny way to do that.
to just
Sure.
make it make it woke, but watch people lose their mind, but then make it funny.
If you didn't like the 21 Jump Street movie, which is a weird analogy, but
Yeah.
you're very aware of how woke it is,
Yeah.
and that is the joke of it,
Yeah.
it could be funny.
It could be really funny. That'd be but people would be so mad.
I
Or
mean,
we could
by
go
people,
to- yeah.
by people, you mean people our parents' age.
Yeah,
I still
easiest
maintain
people in the world to make mad.
John Belushi's performance in that movie is honestly like an all-time Chaplin Buster Keaton performance. That for as problematic and a lot of that shit in that movie is, that's just how good Belushi is in that movie. To me,
He's very funny in that movie. I just think that movie sucks. I'm like, I tried to watch it. Like, I went back and did some rewatches, and like, he's definitely the shiny moment. There's definitely like laugh out loud funny moments, but like, talk about a movie that just loses itself like halfway through the second act, and then finally, like,
Do you think are you in terms of the story? You just think it sucks? Like,
I mean, it sucks, and like, it's just a messily directed and written movie because they just want to jam all this stuff in there that did like it doesn't help anything. It's yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. Listen,
Again, it's a classic for a reason.
It's aged very poorly in
And like,
a lot of
I'm not
ways.
talking about like that shit, like, you know, the 14-year-old girl from the grocery store coming and getting.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of
There's a lot of that, but like, I'm just talking about like from like a movie standpoint, like getting from A, B to C, it gets real like convoluted in the middle before they and then like their way of like saving the day also makes no sense. Like, it doesn't.
Okay, to your point, you could remake Revenge of the Nerds, but the nerds are now the jocks, and the jocks are downtrodden.
Now we're talking.
Man, let's
You get like an
go.
Elon Musk type character.
Revenge of the jocks.
Yes.
Dude.
Revenge of the Jocks.
The jocks.
And then you go, there'll be like the Avengers Assemble scene where like the main guy goes, I hate nerds. And everyone goes,
Hell yes. Yes.
Changing of the times and leveraging it to make money. We'll start doing notes. We're gonna start doing notes. We got some irons in the fire.
Yes.
We're screenwriters now.
We're gonna make it. I'm just like, the script writes itself, man.
That would be a good one. Revenge of the Jocks fucking rules.
Revenge
That's hilarious.
Damn. Yeah. That's amazing.
Did you ever watch those movies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Dude, raunchy 80s movies, I'm sorry. They still, yeah.
No, they're great. Like, I mean, these are what I grew up on, but
Porky's Revenge.
You know what I don't want to read Jaws. I mean, that is sacred.
That's like saying you want to remake The Sopranos, bro. I mean,
Oh, do that too.
while we're at it,
Yeah.
there's nothing to remake, dude. It's like it's like remaking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
what do you want?
I'm not saying like
I don't even remake it, but just like
Add another one.
just make the shark look a little better.
I don't know.
I feel
Sharks
like
scared me as a kid, guys.
As a kid, but
Yeah.
like one's less because it doesn't still look scary.
But the thing about Jaws is you don't see the shark, but for like
yeah, I know. Like
That's
that's
a point.
genius of
He's
the
a
move.
point. Yeah.
Like it's, I don't know. I just think I
wouldn't actually want Jaws.
I just accept that Hollywood is going to rape and just beat every dead horse that I hold sacred to my heart. So I just accept they're going to make a Lost Boys reboot. They're going to make
They made a bunch of sequels.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
They made a bunch of sequels with
If they're gonna
Corey
do,
Feldman that did not.
I might have to watch those.
yeah,
They were like straight to DVD sequels and stuff.
If they're gonna remake it,
he's
they need
having
to
a
do it now.
fucking run right now. Have you been watching the Corey
Oh yeah,
Feldman?
I love it, dude. His music, like, dude, watching his musical performances, and I'm not saying this in a train wreck way, there is something that is very like mesmerizing about it. Like the songs he writes in like a Wesley Willis way. I'm like, how did you arrive at like how do the wheels turn in there?
Been out of his mind for 30 years because of all the abuse that he was.
Yeah, because
nobody
his
believed in him.
parents fucking turned him out, and he's fucking getting. Yeah, dude.
If they're gonna remake Lost
love
Boys, they need
Hollywood.
to do it while Tim Capello's alive. Tim, that's
No,
the
the
thing, right?
saxophone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If they're gonna do it,
I just think, like, again, if you just did a comedic turn on it and you really just gave it the 21 Jump Street movie,
I want it to be. See, that's the thing. Like, either you got to make it like really good and scary, or you have to make it comedic. And I love the original one because it's so fucking cheesy.
we could get a remake with like all of our favorite musicians. on it.
It's cheesy in the way that Goonies is cheesy, though. It's not like
It's good cheese.
It's the best.
yeah, dude,
It's
perfect.
It's camp.
It's wholesome.
Yeah,
It's wholesome. Campy is the word.
It's,
and
camp is very hard to do these days.
when you marry it with the soundtrack that movie had, it's
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
Like, it's magic. And then it's also, I'm sorry, that's a top 10 all-time song for me.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Cry Little Sister.
It is great song.
I hope Gerard McCann literally has like multiple mansions off that song, because that song hits hard as fuck.
All right.
Yeah, there's the sacred cows that I have, they already remade Roadhouse, so whatever.
Yeah.
Remake
Okay.
Holiday Inn, and instead of just the fucking Abraham Lincoln scene being racist, they're all racist to each fucking holiday.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
That's
Every
what
scene
I
is
want.
fucking
Equal
flipped out.
parts each.
Yes.
What about Big Trouble in Little China remake?
I could see them doing that
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like cult classics have a tendency of being more.
I mean,
pro-
honestly, all those John Carpenter properties are fucking
The Thing.
the thing they already kinda did.
Yeah.
They did. I know it was a prequel.
What was the prequel?
They did a Thing prequel.
I'm so out of the loop.
Wait,
I
what are you
guess.
talking about?
They did a prequel.
What's it called?
It's called The Thing
Wait, the thing with what's his name?
with
Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, but like they did a prequel to
The
that
Thing.
like
I didn't know
15
they.
years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's called?
It
The
ends
Thing?
with the dog running to the other location. So it's like where the monster was first.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Eh.
I never watched it. I just know it was a
Huh.
thing. But Escape
dude.
from New York. Dude, how about Escape from New York, but it's just a conservative person trying to leave Brooklyn?
I mean, anytime I go to New York, I feel like I'm trying to get out of there too. So I get it.
Escape from LA, those are good. Fucking Big
Escape
Trouble in Little
Get
China.
Escape
Big Trouble in
from
Little
all
China is
of
one of my fucking favorite movies too. I love that movie.
Trading Places.
Trading Places.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, you probably could reboot that in a way that like is timely and like makes sense.
Yeah.
Because just
Make it about trans people.
there you go. Man becomes a woman, woman becomes a man. Two rich guys just are gambling about it. Look, I'll bet you get a
I'll
man
bet
to
you my
pretend to
son can do better as my daughter than your son can do better as my daughter.
it's like Winthorpe, I bet you we can get these people to believe an Algerian is actually a man in the boxing ring.
All right, thank you for coming to Cleveland, America.
Not a serious play.
Bye.
Oh, what a perfect ending.
Like, that's all we need to go into that.
I do declare that was probably our best episode.